Hello and welcome to Black Room. Thank you for tuning in. Today is the podcast day and I am joined by Dan.
What, hello.
Wah. Da da da. Yeah. I can never find that fucking sound. I've been trying to find it for fucking ages and I can never find it.
What's that?
It's like a klaxon sound, isn't it?
Well, like a honk, like the Dukes of Hazzard honk.
Yeah, da da da. I can never ever find that fucking thing. I had to try and make it myself one day and I just gave up. I was like, fuck this joke, it's too much effort.
Get your own air horn. Assume you can record it.
Yeah, and scare the living shit out of my dogs.
Yeah, they'll be alright.
And my neighbours, yeah.
That's fine. As long as it's inside the house, it's not a public order offence, you'll be alright.
Yeah, so it won't sound like it's in my house, though, will it?
No,
As
exactly.
it echoes down the valley towards the local villages.
Down
And
the
everyone,
valley.
all the farmers get out and go, the fuck was
Oh
that?
yeah, I wouldn't mess with the
Gondor calls for aid!
farmers.
As they light their haystacks on fire. No. The fuck was that? Sorry. It's been one of
Fine,
those days.
we live in what's it called? What's the Hobbit land? The Shire. We're the Shire down here.
With a in Devon, yeah, that's the Shire.
Well, Dorset's got some Shire-like aspects.
Devon is the Shire. Literally, whenever you talk to people from Devon, they say they're going back to Devon, it will be going back to the Shire.
All right, well, Devon's Shire, so that
Devon
makes
is
us.
so much the Shire. Mordor.
No, we're not Mordor. I was
Or
going to
is
say
London
Wiltshire's,
Mordor?
Wiltshire's Mordor. Oh yeah, London's Mordor. So
Yeah.
then what would we be? We could be Rohan. Rohan's quite a cool place.
I want to be Legolas. I want to be Legolas in this. I'm not being a hobbit.
But you live in Devon, so you
I'm
can't
not being a hobbit. I
Well,
get that joke too
you just
much.
said we're the Shire.
Yeah, everyone calls it the Shire. Doesn't mean I can't be an elf in.
What? So how are you going to fit through the door? You have to bend down half the time.
Yeah, I don't care.
So,
I'm
so
Legolas.
well, we're leaving the EU, so I don't think you as Legolas can actually
I'll be evicted,
move
will I?
to the Shire yet.
You'll be deported.
Elves are not
Goodbye, Legolas.
See you later.
You have to go. Your passport is invalid. Return to your elf kind. But I saved you. I fought the armies. I killed so many people for you. Fuck you.
I never understood why he was in The Hobbit. Like, and a lot of people pick that. Well, I mean, he wasn't in the books, so why did he need to be in
Was
The
he
Hobbit?
not in the books?
No. The only reason he was in it is because it was Orlando Bloom. And
Seriously, he's not in the books.
Not that I can remember. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. This requires man looking up stuff on Google.
That does require man looking stuff up on Google because I'm almost sure.
I was about 10 when I read it. Hold up, I might be wrong. Hobbit film series. No, I want the book. Here we go. The book.
Because he's such a huge character in it.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the book. I know. The Hobbit. Characters.
He might not have been in the Hobbit movie, but the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in the Lord of the Rings books.
Sorry, I thought you meant the Lord of the Rings book. Yeah, he wasn't in the Hobbit book,
no.
I don't think.
No, he is definitely not in the Hobbit. Elrond
Yeah, the Hobbit.
is,
Yeah.
but he's not in the Hobbit book.
Yeah, he
I
was shoehorned in.
why.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember he was shoehorned into that for the hell of
So
it.
you had the whole thing with what was the girl called? She was an Ant-Man. That kind of love. Oh no, who did she fall in love with? She fell in love with.
She fell in love with one of the dwarfs, didn't she?
Yeah.
Aidan Turner's dwarf.
Yeah, what's her name? What's her place?
Is it Aidan Turner?
Her name is
The guy who plays Poldark.
Yeah, and it's Evangeline Lilly. That's it. Who plays the elf?
Yeah.
Lover.
I'm sure it was Aidan Turner as well.
Cool. Anyway, right. Walking Dead time, I think. So should we recap on last week?
Yes, go on then. I know you want to talk about last week, so.
Well, should we talk about the deer?
Oh, yes. We did actually hit on that, and that was appalling.
Yeah, well, it's kind of it's not even funny anymore because we said about it for weeks now, and the awfully digitalized deer is just kind of rubbing salt in the wound in terms of yes, we are running out of money, or we just don't actually care
was
anymore.
so bad. And I was reading on the subreddit earlier today. They were talking about the animated comics they did.
Right.
The AMC commissioned for the TV show or something.
Hmm.
Cost them 40 grand to do one or two. So I think they're trying to diversify their money in different avenues rather
Yeah,
than
but
in a
it's a
TV
bloody
show.
deer. All you got to do is get a real life deer. It's not like they even did anything with it.
Yeah,
It
it
was just
could
there and it ran
probably have
off.
been done with an
Silly.
actual deer. Yeah, I don't know. It was poor,
Mm.
and I'm going to bring it into the more recent episode. There was actually a moment in this episode that was just as bad.
See, I didn't pick much up this episode in regards to that. What bit are you on about?
It's the
Hmm.
fucking trolleys.
Oh.
Did you see that?
No, I remember some trolleys. I might have been
So
not
you know those
actively watching.
trolleys at the start that were blocking the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, they switched angle.
Mm.
Um, the camera switched its angle, and they were CGI'd in one of them.
A bloody trolley.
Not the bloody trolley. It was the chain of trolleys, and they were all CGI'd across the bottom of the screen. You could see them. They weren't of the same field.
You don't even have to buy trolleys. Just go and
They
steal
could
them.
have just used the trolleys they had on the set.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Well, apart from the trolley mistake, it was quite a good episode this week. I think I enjoyed it more than
It was. I'm
others. I
going to
think.
put it out there. It was probably one of my favourites of the season because that was fucking. It just threw a curveball straight at you, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the whole revelation about Giza.
Yeah,
Uh,
that was
it kind of did make sense but I don't really understand what's he called, Lenny James's character. I don't really understand his end game. I mean,
Morgan.
whose side is he on? Is he with Rick's side? I assume so. But he doesn't seem.
Morgan is always on the side of Rick. He will always stick on the side of Rick, but more recently he's been very much the passive.
Yeah.
He's always been that passive because Rick saved him from what was his sort of cell of torture.
Mm,
And that's what we were getting all those flashbacks to earlier as well, which were just it was really scary.
yeah.
It's when you're knowing that a character is going to die off at some point and you're like, shit, is he going to do that? Is he going to kill himself or is he going to throw himself into this fit of rage again?
Mm,
Um, to see that was mad. But because Rick saved him, he kind of owes him that and he understands what Rick has done. And very much now, he knows Rick is right.
mm.
He is on the side of Rick. And you saw at the end there that he was whittling down his staff to a spear.
Yes, he is
So,
getting ready.
oh, yeah, he is not happy. And the acting was so good from him. Just of that breakdown
Mm.
where he
I mean,
was saying Dwayne rather than Ben. He was literally physically breaking in front of the king, and you could see Ezekiel just like shit.
yeah.
He's going mad, and that oh fuck, it was just mad. Just that sudden switch where he just like fuck you and smacks him to the ground.
Mm,
It's like fucking hell, holy shit! I didn't think he'd go through with it.
mm. He is a superb actor, though.
He's a brilliant actor. Yeah,
Because I'm just trying, I'm going to that man looks up on Google because where I recognise him from. Because he seems because when he was first in it right at the beginning, I was like, oh, I recognise him from something. So I'm just going to have a gander what I recognise him from.
he did a Doctor's drama not long ago as well that I heard was quite good. But other than that, I am not sure.
Uh,
But I think he does the character justice because the comics never really gave him much of a chance.
oh, really?
Yeah,
I know him from Snatch, Guy Ritchie's film. That's where I recognise him from.
yeah,
But
yes,
no, he's always been a kind of uplifting element within the Walking Dead. Every time I see him, I'm like, I'm in safe hands. He's one of those characters that you know that could just beat the shit, as we saw in this episode, just to destroy anyone in a split second.
yeah.
Because he seems completely unhinged, yet although he's trying to calm it and keep it inside, like this episode, in that split second, he could just split, just kill everyone so easy. But
No, I do like his dynamic that he is that being that peace-loving dude was always a bit of a problem, and a lot of people got really shitty about that. But you can kind of understand it. You can see the ideals that he holds, that he wanted to be this peaceful person. He didn't want to fight this war.
what was the quote he said this week? Don't injure. What was it? Don't injure because it only injures yourself or something. Something along
Um,
those lines.
oh, something injure yourself.
And injure others, something like that. And the kid he is obviously trying to mentor was kind of took that to heart, which was quite a nice scene when he was just sat
Yeah,
with it. But yeah,
yeah,
it's a
he
super
didn't really get much of a send-off, did he?
new.
Oh, it was brutal.
No, not at all.
But God, it was a very, very sort of visceral episode. There was a lot going on, but it was
Mm,
very well connected, and Morgan had a lot of character depth built into him.
yeah,
And Carol, we are finally getting badass Carol back. But I like that
yeah.
she's kind of been reined in already as she came in by the
Mm,
king. He
okay.
went, not yet. We will fight, but not at this moment.
Well, they better bloody hurry up. There's only 3 episodes left.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And I
mean,
saw a preview for next episode, and it's gonna be fucking fire next episode.
is the whole Negan arc gonna end this season, or will he carry on until next year?
I don't think it will end this year.
You don't think he will? No.
No, no. I think it will continue until next year.
I
I
mean,
think
how
we'll
many
hit a
series?
climax, and we'll have next season. Probably about half the season next year will be very much about the fight.
Hmm.
It's going to be a very expensive season, I think.
Well, they're gonna have to make up for it after this season. I mean, how many seasons, like, really, do you think they've got left?
Well, they're still producing content, so depending on what they want to do with it, whether they want to follow the comics, character arcs, or people and all this sort of stuff that they meet along the way, there are a group they could meet, which could be really cool,
Hmm.
but
But they don't
both
want to.
very difficult to do.
They don't want to have the issue that a lot of series have that just kind of too much is almost too
Yeah.
more than enough. I mean, like I love Dexter. Like the first 4 series of Dexter was fantastic, and then the later stages after that, and the last series was unbelievably terrible. So I don't want Walking Dead to be almost kind of a forgotten kind of piece of art because it started off so well. It's got such a huge fan base that I know it ultimately probably wouldn't let anyone down, no matter how bad it was. But I think ratings have gone down the lowest ever, haven't they, this season? Um,
I think
or
it's the
viewership or
viewership.
something.
I think it's the
Yeah.
viewership. The ratings have been high, but the viewership has been a little low.
Mm.
Um, like I want to say that they will continue, and I want to say about the group that we're currently on in the comics, and I don't know what's going on after that. So
Mm.
it's because I've literally just got the latest comic book through the post the other day.
Are they
Um,
monthly? Are they?
no, these are the volumes I buy, and they come out they're like 5 comics in one.
All right.
Yeah, and they come out every like 4 to 6 months or something. They're not
Oh, I
very
see.
frequent. Yeah,
All
the
right.
comics I think are every 1 or 2 months. I think
Mm. Are they
something
quite
like that.
cheap?
The comics, if you're paying for the paper versions, which I don't, are probably about £2.50 a comic,
Mm.
which in theory isn't bad
No,
if
that's
you're into
absolutely
that
fine.
sort of thing and you like the
Yeah.
collecting aspect of it. The actual volumes that I buy, like 5 or 6 comics, are they cost me, I think it's £13.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not, and I sit there for sometimes an hour and a half, just reading through it,
Mm.
and they're great. they're really worth it, and you can buy the compendium, which has like the first. In fact, they've got 3 compendiums out now, and each compendium has 8 volumes in it. And then you have to buy singles on the end of that, so you can kind of catch up to it. But the compendiums, I think I bought the first 2 for about 30 or 40 quid each,
All right.
and they're well worth the money. I
Hmm.
thoroughly enjoy them. I want every single one of the standard volumes as well, just for collector's purpose. But there are things within them that I'd very much like to see how they go. But maybe we'll see them diversify, because these people are a little bit difficult, and I don't think they may not transfer well to screen.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't, and I'm not going to say anything about them. It's a weird bunch. I think I might have just waffled a little bit there, did I?
No, not at all. As
No.
long as there's no spoilers involved, which there wasn't, so it's
Yeah.
all good. Don't you worry.
I think they're a very good comic. If you want to get into comics, you can probably pick the first volume up online for free and just experience that, because the art style is very good and just that development's great. And the story gets very, very full as you go on.
Hmm.
And I think you'd enjoy them as a fan of The Walking Dead. I really think you would.
Yeah, I'll add it to the list of
It's like, are you a comic book person
many
anyway?
things. Not entirely. I'm more of a book reader than a comic reader. But I could always start new things. But I've got
It was
such a
like I was
collection.
never a comic book reader.
Hmm.
I never was. Um, until I got into The Walking Dead, and I was like, I just need to buy the comics.
Yeah.
Because it was because I remember doing it at uni. I was like, I want to catch up to. It was like the season 4 mid-season return,
Right.
and I wanted to catch up to that. So I spent like 2 weeks binge watching seasons 1 to 4.5 on the DVDs on the train on my way to uni, on my way back to uni, while I was at home, while I was on a break at work. I was just immersed so much into it, and I caught up with it all, and I started to watch the actual TV show on TV, and I just needed more. I
Hmm.
just needed that fix, so I just bought the fucking compendiums. I was like, just give them to me. I need them. I need I need to see the world more. So yeah, that maybe for fanatics, very much so. Um, and from there, I've divulged. I've gone over to Aquaman and Spider-Man
Yeah.
and a few other little things, but very much my heart still lies with Walking Dead. But
Cool.
certainly worth a try. I'm sure. I think there's free ones online that you can read. You could probably find the whole
Yeah.
thing on. But
You know what? At the moment, I'm still reading. Which kind of leads me on to my talk of the week. I'm still reading the Dark Tower books. I've nearly finished the 6th one and there's 7. Because obviously we've got the film coming out in I think it's summertime with
yeah, I saw something about
Idris
Stephen
Elba and
King thing earlier today about a clown.
yes, well I was about to talk about that. Like I said, you got Dark Tower coming out in summertime, which should be a series of films. Like I said, because there's 7 books. The film has got Idris Elba. I think it's got Matthew McConaughey in as the Man in Black. And yes, you've got the remake of It, which a new trailer was released
That's
for
the
the other
one.
day. And I don't really want to watch it, the trailer, because I don't really want to spoil it. I want to leave it um, until I've read the book, because I've never read the book and I've got it now. So once I finish the Dark Tower books, I'm going to hit that. But it's a big beast. I think it's about 1,500 pages, so it's going to take a while to read. But
Fucking hell.
yeah, I mean, it's always been up there in like the Stephen King kind of best of. I think I've read most of the other ones, and it's always the one I've not really watched. But I remember the famous photo of the original It with Tim Curry as Pennywise the clown, and it's
Yeah,
pretty freaky. And
it's
this
a
new
pretty
guy,
terrifying clown, isn't it?
yeah, this new guy because it's playing by Bill Skarsgård, who I think is the son of Stellan Skarsgård. You know the guy who plays Bootstrap Bill in
Oh yeah,
Pirates of the Caribbean, and I think he's in the Marvel universe as well. I think he's the scientist in Thor.
yeah.
a really good one. Yeah, it's his son who's playing the clown in the remake. So yeah, Stephen King's got a pretty big year this year.
Fucking hell.
Cool. I've always been a Stephen King fan. Have
You're a
you read
Stephen
any
King
Stephen King?
fanboy.
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
You've probably seen Stephen King films.
Oh, probably. That wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me, but I don't read many books anymore apart from my Walking Dead
Mm.
comics.
You've seen The Shining.
Parts of it, I've never seen the whole
Have you
thing.
Have you seen Carrie?
Can't say I have.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's Stephen King.
That's
That's
one of
not
my
that's the,
favorite.
yeah.
Shawshank Redemption is probably one of my favorite films of all time.
Yeah, it's very good, and that's based on a short story. It was kind of it's quite a straight. You wouldn't have thought it was Stephen King originally, but because it's not exactly a horror-based movie at all, is it?
Yeah.
But no, that was a Stephen King. But Green Mile, Stephen King, loads. Pet Cemetery, Misery is probably one of the best ones as well. Stand by Me. I mean, he's done loads of stuff. People forget how much stuff he's actually done, and he's still going now.
Like,
So
how
yeah,
old is this dude?
how old Stephen King? I must be 60 something. Been around quite a while. Have a look. Man looks up on Google. He's
Because there's
69,
like,
so he's
because there's like some people who are still releasing books even though they're like dead.
yeah. And there's people
It's
that
like
aren't
who?
releasing books that are very
It's
much
like
still alive.
Patricia Cornwell or
Clutch.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
she
I don't
churns
know.
out a book like every 6 months, and she's not even the one writing them apparently, or some shit like that.
Well, that's better than George R. R. Martin, who hasn't wrote a book in bloody years, and we're still waiting on it. Jesus Christ, George.
No, but
He's living off the fat he is.
probably well, you can see it on him, can't you? He's got plenty of reserves.
No comment.
That was very cruel. That was rather
Sorry.
cruel. Sorry about that.
No
Sorry,
worries.
Ara, don't kill me, please. And then eat me, please. Um, we were talking. So you haven't seen the Wonder Woman trailer number 3.
No, I'm renowned for not watching trailers. The only trailers I see are the ones in cinema, and they usually have like 5 on repeat, and they become quite tedious after a while. But
I'm sure you'll probably see this one after a while. I'm
most
not gonna
definitely,
lie,
yeah,
it actually looks very good.
good. It needs
Yeah,
to be good. I think it needs the whatever it's called, the DC universe needs to have a shot of
it
having a
does need
positivity
some.
into it.
Yeah, it does need a right kick up the arse, doesn't it, to give it a bit more
Mm.
oomph, and hopefully we'll get something good from that.
And
Yeah, it was.
it's a female-led superhero movie. I mean,
Yeah, it
it,
needs to perform.
I
It
mean, you think of
really needs to
Catwoman.
perform.
I mean, Jesus, what was all that about? I'm trying to think of any other female-led
Um,
superhero films. None stick out that have been any good. Elektra, pile of shit.
God, that was
Uh,
awful.
I can't really think of any more. But yeah, Wonder Woman, they need to get it right. They need to get it right.
Very much so. Very much so. But it looked quality, and it
Good.
looks. Yeah, it looks like it could be good fun.
Yeah,
Good
I'll
fun.
definitely see the trailer. I mean, when's it released?
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm sure I'll see it in the trailer in the cinema soon.
Yeah. Yes. And also, just quickly add into the Walking Dead thing. Is it this week that BBC's Comic Relief is on, or is it next week?
I am not sure. I haven't watched Comic Relief since I was about 15.
I haven't watched it in
Uh,
years either, but apparently, so yeah, we've got the Andrew Lincoln reprising his role as Love Actually, as his Love Actually star with the creepy cards. So I'm really hoping. I really want to see that. Like, really want to see it just for that, because I'm hoping it's
20,
going to be full of like Walking Dead things, and it's just
mm,
going to be so funny.
24th it's on. So what's that? For a week Friday.
10 days away from
Yeah.
recording this.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is next Friday.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
That's when my
Okay.
week off starts, so I might watch it.
Yeah, I might just literally just for that. But oh, it's going to be very good. That's literally all the news I have. I have very little this week. It's like I was hoping to catch up with Josh so we could talk about the Nintendo Switch and if how well he's doing with The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, it's got unanimous critical acclaim, isn't it? I mean, it
Oh yeah,
looks.
it's blown up.
Everyone said it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
But I mean, how much is the Switch? I'm not really interested
The
in it
Switch is
entirely.
like 250 quid or something.
That's
It's
not bad,
something in
really.
that. It's not. It's not bad, but you have to consider the fact is that it's not a particularly powerful console.
Right,
Yeah, I
which
think
is
it's
the
got like a
problem.
720p screen on it. If you're playing
What?
on the screen, yeah.
What?
On the screen, yeah, 720. And if you're playing on the TV, it's 1080. I'm not sure what the frame rate is either, but I know for a fact that it's 720 when it's undocked.
I mean, 1080 is getting. I mean, obviously, everyone. It just seems
1080
that
is so easy to achieve.
incredibly easy to achieve. I mean, everyone's talking about 4K and all this jargon,
Yeah,
and 1080. See, I thought 1080 was like the standard thing nowadays. It might be just me,
no.
but
Well, in all fairness, if you look at the current generation of consoles, they still hit a lot of them will hit 720, like 760
hmm,
resolution, and in all fairness, that's bollocks
yeah.
for a next gen console. And the Xbox was doing it, and so was the PlayStation before they got their more recent updates.
Hmm.
Their new, like the Slim and the Slim versions of it, or whatever the PS4 Pro or whatever it's called.
Yeah, PS4 Pro and Slim you've got.
And yeah, they've been uprated, but I still don't think they're having that quality. They're still at
Hmm.
like 30 frames a second and all this, which I now can't tolerate. It's so bad. So bad. I was playing a game the other day and my frame rate dipped from 60. Sorry, well, normally I can play this game at like 200 frames a second, but when I'm recording, it's 60. And it dropped to like 45, and it was so unbearable to watch. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
You
Passing
Pompey man.
shit. Oh, it felt so bad.
First world problems.
I know, it's so bad. Like, how can I not get over this? It's like I used to play games like this for years. But, no, no, it's a bit of a bummer. But anyway, have you got anything else to add? Have you got some
Well,
movie
what am I doing this
news?
week? So tomorrow I'm watching Free Fire. We've got a preview screening at my local World of Cine, which is cool. And we get free popcorn apparently, which is
So
quite
which
cool.
is Free Fire again? I'm trying to remember which one that is.
It's the new film by Ben Wheatley, who made High Rise last year, and has made Kill List, which probably is one of my favourite films of the past kind of recent memory. It's the one with Cillian Murphy and Brie Larson in it when they're buying guns, and I think the whole
Oh,
film
yes!
it's basically
Yes!
a 90-minute shootout apparently, which sounds pretty cool.
Yes, I saw that and it looked like it was just based in that one room,
Yeah.
sort of thing, in that one building. That actually looked quite funny.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'm really excited for it. So we've got a nice preview of that. I think
Yeah,
it's
and
not
it's got
out
the
to the
guy
end of the month
from
though.
oh fuck, what's his name?
What do you say?
Shit, it's also got the guy from Sharlto Copley is the
Yeah.
guy that was in oh bollocks, what was it called? I'm gonna have to find this now. It was last year.
Google it.
It was
It's
that
got a really
first
big.
person one.
It's got a really big cast in. It's got
Hardcore Henry.
Oh right.
He was the one in that. You know, the one that kept dying and coming back, and
Do you
that
know
was
I
the
haven't seen?
cripple in the chair.
I didn't watch Hardcore Henry
You
last year. I
didn't watch
missed it.
Hardcore? Oh, dude, it was so funny.
Mm.
It is really good. It really is. It is a very fun movie. But he's in that, and when I saw the thing and I looked at him and I went, I fucking know you.
I
No, you bastard, I know you. And
think
apparently
I think
he
he's the
does
lead
so much.
star.
Pardon?
I think he's like
Yeah,
the lead star of it, which is
yeah.
strange considering like all the other people
I've
in it.
yeah. I've just looked at his profile and he was in Elysium as well and District
Oh,
9.
yeah, District 9 I recognise him from. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize he did so much. I thought like Hardcore Henry was one of the big roles for him. Like
Mm.
I had no idea who the bloke was. It's like holy shit.
But no, yeah, Free
And
Fire looks really good. And then I think the big one this week's obviously Beauty and the Beast. It's the annual Disney
oh,
adaptation.
Yeah, that rings that reminds me of something. Before I get into that, what do you think it's going to be like, this new Beauty and the Beast?
Well, it looks good. It's got a pretty huge cast. I like Emma Watson. I think she's pretty solid in anything she does. Um, and it's one of the few Disney films that I remember watching, but I remember not really watching again. It's not like up there with The Lion King and Jungle Book. Those were the kind of ones that I always continually watch. Whereas Beauty and the Beast was not really up there. So it'd be nice to
It
watch it
was
again in a
more
different
feminine
format.
though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everyone remembers the two songs from it, like "Be Our Guest" and the titular song, obviously. But yeah, I can't really remember the plot. I mean, it's obviously based on a fairy tale, anyhow, like
Yeah.
most Disney things are. But yeah, it'd be nice to watch it again, and it's got a really good cast, got a good director. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But the other film I'm looking forward to quickly is obviously Get Out, which looks complete and utter bonkers.
Yes, well, that was apparently he's like the first black director to earn 100 million in the box office or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, something like that. I'll have another look, see if I can find it on Reddit. But yeah, that was
Mm,
quite a big thing. But I've heard very good things about it. And I'm not a
yes.
horror fan personally, but I think it's got a really good sort of story there to it.
Good.
But have
I
you
want
heard
a
all
good
the
horror.
controversy over it?
Yeah, well, it kind of started with Mr.
Samuel L.
Jackson, didn't it?
Jackson.
Yeah, saying, "Oh,
Yes.
why do all the English guys get to play
Yeah, an English
the black
black person
actors?"
doesn't know the
Yeah,
trouble of an American black person. It's like, you twat.
it doesn't. It's just silly. I mean,
It's
yeah, it
so
doesn't make
stupid,
any
isn't it?
sense.
It's
I
like
mean,
they're segregated. Oh, you're a different black to us. You're not
hmm,
allowed.
maybe they're just better actors. I mean, look at Idris
Exactly.
Elba. When he was in The Wire, I didn't even know he was English until probably like a few years after. I thought he
Yeah.
was just American because he's such a cool guy in that program. He plays Stringer Bell, and he's fantastic in that. And like I said, it was only till what was he in Luther that I went, oh shit, he's English.
Yeah. I don't really understand his logic. It was such a big thing, wasn't it? But it was such a stupid thing to say.
I mean, it's not like even it was like a massive film. It's only been like had uh, only been in the media because it's like you said, it's got good critical kind of response to it. It's not hasn't got the biggest cast in it anyway, so it's not like they're stealing all the big roles.
Yeah, it
But
was a
it
sort of independent movie as such.
exactly. I mean, this is coming from Samuel Jackson, who arguably is the biggest black star of like the past 10 years, 15, 20 years. Like,
I think he's
I
probably
mean,
the biggest black actor ever.
it's just silly. I mean, what a way to put some people down. I mean,
Yeah.
after all the controversy of last year with the Oscars, the Oscars so white thingy, it
Yeah,
just
it did
doesn't
just
really
bring that
make
all
any
back,
sense.
didn't it?
Yeah, it's stupid.
It
I mean,
shits all over his sort of cause. Oh, black people are all together, all in the same
mm,
boat, except you black people.
yeah, and
Like
that kind of
it
adds.
doesn't work like that, mate. Sorry.
I mean, the thing at the moment, it's cool to hate everything that's good. So if I speak about La La Land and Moonlight, everyone's like, "Oh, that's a load of rubbish." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, it's rubbish." I was like, "Well, have you seen it?" And I'm like, "No, no, but it's rubbish." Right. I've just lost like my IQ speaking to you, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, if you think La La Land rubbish, that's cool. But if you go on Amazon, Amazon's the worst place for reviews. You'll go on
Oh
it,
yeah.
and like it'll be like Arrival, which I thought was superb last year because it's out next Monday. I bought it, and it's got like 3 stars on it. I'm going, what? And people are like on Amazon saying, "Oh, it's so overrated, it's a load of rubbish, so boring." And then you go on it, and like films like Triple X3 got like 4.5 stars. I'm
Yeah,
thinking, what?
it's so
This
retarded, isn't it?
doesn't make any sense. So I just refuse to go on Amazon reviews anymore. Does my noodling.
I
But
can't
anyway, that's my
stand that.
rant over. Silly bellies.
No, but returning to the whole Disney thing again.
Yeah, sorry.
Have you seen the trailer for the fucking Little Mermaid?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen the trailer, but I heard the kind of thing
Oh
about it. It's
God.
not it's not a Disney made film, is it? It's just some weird.
Isn't it? I've heard it's a remake of the Little Mermaid. It's a
It's not
live
Disney
action
though,
version
is
of
it?
it. Not sure.
Well, obviously the original was Disney, but I'm pretty sure this new one isn't a Disney kind of led one, and apparently it's been absolutely panned.
God, it looks horrible. It looks really bad. It's almost like one of those films you would just sit in front of a child just to shut them up for an hour.
Yeah,
It's got no. It looks like it has no quality, no substance, no nothing behind it. It is just a vapid waste of time. It just looks so bad. Just like, why? It just seems we're getting all of these sort of remakes of our childhood movies because of nostalgia, and I'm not sure
yeah.
they're all good. They
I
just
think it's
don't
all to
have the
do with
same, do they? They don't have the same
no,
feeling.
it's all to do with the kind of age group, isn't it? I mean, we were growing up. All these films out came out like in the 90s, um, so we were growing up with them. And now, I probably safely assume that the Disney kind of childhood is still there, but obviously they're not showing it in cinemas where we grew up with them. So maybe they're obviously they're doing it for a financial gain as well. But to live action remake it, it kind of does make sense. But I think they just need to stop after a while.
I can understand the business sense of it, that, oh yeah, we could make some more money out of this, but it's just like they have such a good IP. Why not do something different? It's like the
Yeah,
Mario. It's like the Mario thing with Nintendo. It's they will just bleed it,
yeah.
and it's such a problem. And it worries me what else we're going to get because we've got The Little Mermaid, we've had Jungle Book, which
Yeah,
I've
yes.
heard good things about. I'm not going to lie, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say both of the kind of high profile ones been actually really good. Cinderella was good, and Jungle Book was good. I mean, those are the two big ones. There's a few stinkers. I mean, Maleficent wasn't the best. Um, I know it's not made by Disney, but Snow White and the Huntsman wasn't the best.
Oh, they were trash, I heard, but
Yeah, but I mean, if you keep with the Disney ones, Jungle Book and Cinderella, they've both been really good. So hopefully, Beauty and the Beast kind of keeps up that
there was a
positive
Cinderella
streak.
one.
Yeah, you had Cinderella 2 years ago, I think, with
Oh fuck yeah, yeah, I forgot about
yeah, with
that.
Lily James in the lead role, and you had Geezer from Game of Thrones as the prince, and I thought that was quite cool, quite a nice little story.
Yeah, maybe it's just me being a bit old fashioned.
No, not at all. I mean, it's just it's so like inevitable it's going to happen now every year. I mean, Disney have got their kind of profile set out about what they do. So you've got the early Disney live action remake at the start of the year. Then you have your first Marvel film. Then you have the Disney animation, which last year was Zootropolis. I don't know what it is this year. And then you've got the second Marvel one. And then this year we've obviously got the third Marvel one, and then we've got Star Wars. So they're bringing in the big bucks, but they know how to do it. So it's quite cool, but it's just so inevitable now. Like you're like, oh,
Yeah,
this year we've got Star Wars, which is fine. We've got three Marvel films. It's just
just I
at
hope
the
they
end of the
don't
day,
do it to the Lion King, you know.
they are doing a Lion King remake. Yeah,
Oh fuck my life.
yeah, because I saw that. Is it Donald Glover's son is
Oh
doing?
shit! Yes, Donald Glover. I seem to remember
It is
hearing
Donald
something
Glover.
about him
Yeah.
playing Simba or something.
Yes, he's playing Simba. And the funniest one, they're doing a remake of Aladdin, and I think it's Guy Ritchie directing it. Because I remember on Facebook I saw they made like a mashup of the Avi character from Snatch being the little the genie. Do you remember? Did you ever watch Snatch
Probably, but I can't
with Brad
remember it.
Pitt as the Irish travellers? Well, basically
Not sure.
there's a gangster character in it, and they like put him as the genie in the trailer for Aladdin, and there's like this really sweary part he has in the film, and they just attach it to the Aladdin animation. It's quite funny. It's quite good. But yeah, Guy Ritchie doing Aladdin.
It's
That'll be a strange one.
very odd. I don't like the idea of the Lord of the Rings, the Lion King.
No, I think that and Fantasia were my two ones I grew up with. kid, so it's got to be perfect. Otherwise, it's just pointless. Then.
I don't think it has to be perfect. That's how you're going to do it.
Well, I reckon it would be like the Jungle Book, where it will be
Just
CGI
CGI.
live action. Yeah.
But how are you going to have live action? Because there's no humans in The Lion King, is there?
Well, that was the
Unless
thing
they
about
do this whole twist and actually turn it into an actual live action human movie about an African tale or something like that. Like
I
the
don't know.
lions were people rather than lions, you know?
Yeah, maybe. We will see. We will see.
It's a dangerous road to go down, I think.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But anyway, speaking of dangerous roads and possibly staying on like the kind of franchise we're speaking about, I said about Iron Fist, which is out this Friday, which
Mm.
is like the fourth Netflix series. So obviously you had Daredevil series 1 and 2, you had Jessica Jones series 1, both of which were fantastic, and you had Luke Cage, which was still quite good, but not up to the standards of those two. And then we got the Punisher out coming soon, and then we've got the Defenders, which is all four of them. And then the last of the Defenders is Iron Fist, which is out this week. And I
No,
managed to have
Iron
a
Fist is the one that just smashes people in the face, isn't he?
I think so. He's like Doctor Strangey and he's got all this power and yeah, just destroys people. But it currently has the mighty score of 12% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, which is pretty low considering the other three have got. Well, I think Jessica Jones is the highest of 90 or something. But they're all in the top end in terms of the rating. So
Yeah,
yeah,
they're all
12%
fresh.
is not giving me optimistic vibes. So, I mean, it's out Friday. You can only judge yourself. But normally they're pretty spot on. But yeah, not good at the moment. But we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, not good.
It's going to be inevitable. There is going to be a couple that are going to flop.
Yeah, I mean, you think of the MCU, like the films. None have stood out as being absolute clunkers. I mean, there's a few that are a bit boring. I think the Thor films never really kind of hit me as much as other films.
I
I
think the
think
Thor films, I very much enjoyed the four Thor films. The one that I think would really let it down would be the Hulk.
yeah, well, the Edward Norton one, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of forgotten that he played Hulk. I mean, because Mark Ruffalo's done such a superb job. That film is kind of forgotten in the on the MCU. I mean, what other ones? Iron Man 2 is not the best.
Daredevil.
Oh yeah, if you sort of looking back, if you go even further back, yeah,
Yeah.
Daredevil was pretty poor. Well, what other horrible Marvel films have there been? Um, Spider-Man 3 is pretty bad. Um,
The Andrew
X-Men 3
Garfield
is pretty
ones didn't
bad.
do very well, did they? So
What's that?
the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man ones didn't do well, did they?
Well, I like the first one. I thought the first one was okay, and then the second one, which is a pile of shite.
I
As we're
didn't
on
think
the,
no. I kind of enjoyed that film.
have you seen Logan yet? By the way.
No, no.
Oh,
I've been too
mate,
busy. I've been too busy.
you need to watch it so we can talk about how awesome it is.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I
You
am
need to
looking
watch.
forward to it, but I've just realised we have run over quite a bit. So I'm just gonna quickly wrap this up. Have you got anything else to add?
No, like I said, I've got quite a few films coming out this week, so I'll review them and put them on the site for everyone to admire and look at. But apart from that, no, I'm pretty cool. Trying to think. No, that's it. I am free for the week. That's me done. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me, Dan.
That's all right.
And thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast and you want to tune in next time for more, subscribe to the channel, ding our bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.